A lot of problems people have with breakbeats is that the snare is on the left side, and then the hi-hat's more on the right side, and the kick's in the middle. I'm going to show you how to bring everything together and make it all work. This tutorial comes with a download. You actually find in the description there's a download. You're going to download the breakbeat, and you can watch the video, or you can watch the video first and download the breakbeat. And if you have any problems, you could watch the video. I'm going to show you how to chop up the break, layer the break, and make it sound full, bring it all together. Okay, so now we're gonna find a kick that you like. Just go hold shift and use the slider. I like this one. This one's got some nice low end to it. That's what I like in my kicks. So now we're gonna go to new sound. We're going to zoom in to the starting point. Okay. Cut the tail end off. That's good. Now we're going to edit, discard. Now you're going to go up to the name where it says send. We're going to open it, and you're going to click convert. So now it's going to separate the left and the right channel from the stereo channel and make it into two new sounds. Click next, do it. Close it up, go to the very end to the right. So here's the kick, here's the left, here's the right. You notice there's different frequencies. Different breaks that you use, some kicks have a really low right side and a really high left side. And this is to show you we're going to bring them together instead of using them as just a one shot. So B1 is going to be our kick, and the way I assign it is that you are actually going to be layering these pads. So these will be my kicks on the bottom row, and the first kick will be the highest of the two kicks. This one's higher, so the right one is going to be more muddier, so there's going to be more low end to it, and that's what you want. So we're going to go to parameters, frequency, so it's at 100 right now. We're going to bring that to about 10. I usually put it to 0 to 15. 15's more higher, 20 is up there. 0 is real muddy, that's how you get those really low, but you can still hear the kicks, really low, thuddy and thumpy kicks. So we're going to go to 10. This one I never leave at 100. And a lot of kicks have hi-hats in them, and when you use the frequency and you put it down to 80, it actually takes a hi-hat right out of the kick and leaves it more of a muddy kick. So this one I usually put in the range from 40 to 75. Just play around with it. We'll leave this one at 60. Now we're going to go back to assign, go to mode, and we're going to stimulate so it also plays another pad, which is B2. See, it's really low, really muddy. I like that. I think it's kind of slow, so we're going to pitch the drums up by 10. I always pitch up my drums. So now it's got a thud, really low end. And if you think it's kind of lack, we're going to layer it with another one. So I have another kick to layer it from a drum kick. So this one's kind of high. I want it to be muddy. Put it down to 30. Assign, and to also play B3. So now I see a really, really hard kick. Okay, so next, go back to trim, go back to the drum sample. Now we're going to find a snare. This one's more high pitched. We'll take this one, same thing, zoom in, get right in there. We're going to take out that ending. So it's just that, discard. This one, the snare, I don't usually stereo separate the snare. The snare is okay. But if you want, you can. Go back to assigned. So that snare hits, but I want to speed that snare up. So it's got more of a pop. And I want to hear it's louder, so I'm going to put the frequency up. So that it brings up the high ends. Next, we're going to take out the hi-hat. Find the hi-hat that stands out. Usually it's the loudest one and not being muffled by a snare or a kick. That hi-hat doesn't sound too good to me. Yeah, I like this one. Take this one, new sound, zoom in, leave a little tail end, give it some breathing room, open, convert, next, stereo separate. As you can see, we have the right, which is very low, and the left, which is very high. Okay? So we're going to go to assign. Put the left one here. And put the right one beside it. Also, this technique, you can do the hi-hats like sort of as a middle one, or you could do the quick one like this. For me, if I'm just gonna go like, you know, I'm going to layer it with this one. Kind of gives it like an echoey kind of delay. They're on top of each other. It's also easier to balance out your MPC into Pro Tools or whatever DAW you're using. If you like live drumming, you should place the one hit where it's gonna trigger the other pads, because you're not gonna be touching these pads. You're gonna be touching the one pad that triggers the other pads. So keep that in mind, and if you want to play live or whatever. Finish it off. We have this. If you notice in your speakers, the part is on the left speaker. Okay. Zoom in here, the kick out, discard. So we're going to convert this stereo to mono. We're going to do it, and this is the left side. See, now it's in the middle. They're coming out of both speakers now. And this is the right side. See, it's really low. We're not going to layer these on top of each other because it has a kick in it, but we're going to assign it. This one right here. So you play the beat. Pull up.